Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at ICP, seeing what's going on. We're going to double check a couple of things, and again, apologize for the uh, lack of quality, I guess you could say. I'm traveling today, of course, not at home with my office, so obviously we can make do here. But appreciate you being patient, and also as well for those who are new to the community or channel, whatever. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today. I've got a Trading Academy community and Signals group if you're curious. Link down below. Really awesome stuff, actually. And what's really cool about this here, if we double check ICP, we can see $16, still that same heavy concentration liquidation. And I say it's awesome because it depends on what direction you're heading, right? A lot of people feel that $16.40 is going to hold. Basically, that recent support level has been tested twice, kind of a double bottom. Now, there's a lot of reasons why ICP could recover, but it doesn't look like there's confirmation, at least on larger time frames, just yet. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. So again, thank you so much. Before we get started, though, do ask you to quick favor, like, comment below. Deeply appreciate that. Really helps grow the channel. Thank you so much. So ICP, what are we looking at here? Simply put, there is a lot of reasons why, on shorter time frames rather, we are looking at a potential rejection here soon. I'll talk about that in a minute. So we got that descending trend line while we are breaking above it. Still a little premature. Again, trading with confirmation is important, and of course, you can't always do that. At least in this market. I mean, shoot, we traded with confirmation on Monday, and both trades went south immediately. We're back at we're back in the green, so to speak, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. Again, that's why low leverage I think is still king in this environment. So please try not to be one of those bravados that's following Tom, Dick, and Harry online that's doing 100x leverage. You're never going to win doing that. Once in a while, you'll get it. Don't get me wrong. You'll get a nice win once in a while, but you always give money back. And that's the key, is to never give money back to the market. So we look at the market here for ICP. We're above all moving averages. That's a positive sign on the daily. We, however, do see a momentous shift here with MACD diverging. Commonly, this is a very strong indicator on larger time frames once it happens. You got to keep in mind, though, because let's just give some examples here. First of all, when we saw the MACD converge, that was back in March 24th on Sunday. The convergence, the price action was right here when it started converging, and it increased by how much? Let's see. That is a total of, again, this is just an example, bottom to top 52%. Doesn't always work out that way, but that's how that did. The previous divergence, however, when we diverged right here, the price action inevitably decreased 32%. Okay, and it took a lot longer, but generally speaking, divergence, convergence. That's kind of how that's supposed to work. So big picture here, if the divergence is correct, we very well could see another 30% correction. Again, this is just an example, not exactly going to happen, but we could very well see a correction down to the $10 to $12 range. Okay, just throwing it out there. Don't think that's a possibility at this point. We have a lot of support. ICP is very strong, but divergence tends to do that sometimes. Now there has to be other things present. There has to be other things present in order for this to happen. Okay, and what do we look at here? If we can see 50 on the RSI, we're not quite there yet. Okay, so we got plenty of room to grow. We can see money flow index is pulling back, which is standard, and stochastic swinging down. So these are generally considered as bearish signs. Everything here is bearish minus the moving averages. However, I put a little bit more weight into the moving averages and the RSI, and we're still in good shape on both. So again, the macro is not terrible. It's just that we keep retesting this lower level here, and there's a lot of liquidation at that 1640 mark, which is right here. So we just got to be aware of those things being present. We also need to be aware that we're not over 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is kind of just a joke at this point, and stochastic swinging up. Stochastic swings to the upside are helpful to let you know how far the run's going to go. It's very similar to TD sequential. You get like a 9. You've been running for 36 hours straight. The price should pull back. We're halfway through this run to the upside, but look at this run. This isn't much of a run. The price is just going sideways, okay? So it really just implies the price continues at this level for 24, 48 more hours. We'll get a rejection off 50, pull the price action down while stochastics pulls back, okay? So again, those are just some things that we could see. Is that a guarantee? No, we got a MACD convergence on the horizon here, ready to converge. So we put all that stuff together, and we can kind of summarize that this is probably an indecisive situation, and we probably want to steer clear of it. Now again, I know everyone's gonna, those who buy the dip, the price shoots up again tomorrow, the day after, they're gonna say, haha, I told you so. And that's fine. I get that all the time because people don't like waiting for confirmation, they like to gamble. But why go in the direction, why not go in the direction you know where it's heading? And right now, there's no definitive direction. So why go in the direction that isn't definitive? So I don't. It just makes sense to me, but not everyone thinks the same, and it's all right. You're entitled to your own opinions and thoughts and trading techniques. Okay, But I can tell you confidently, we have a high success rate, mainly because we are waiting for confirmation. And again, we take less trades than the average community, perhaps, but we are more successful in general. And it's just kind of how I prefer to trade anyways, because I'm more of a patient trader. Speaking of patience, we're underneath the cloud. We have two reasons here. There's two obvious reasons, the upper and lower lead, letting us know that we have no reason to consider long. While we have broken this bearish type of downtrend, tentatively, it's not really much of a break, we're still range bound. Okay, so until we break this range bound activity, I'm just going to kind of loosely put this in here. This isn't definitive, but you can see for the most part, we see a lot of candle wicks that stop here at about 17.15. This little range here, until we can break free from this range, we don't know if it's going to go up or down, right? A lot of times you'll see the price action, retest these levels, but we don't have anything like that happening just yet. The last time we tried to break free from that level, we were just barely dead catting, and the price didn't bounce quite as much as we should have. So again, a lot of reasons why being patient right now, is an important thing to do. So I just hope you can pump the brakes. If you're going to take a long position right now, please, 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 low leverage and ensure that you're watching it closely. Don't just set it and forget it leading into a key level resistance. That doesn't make a ton of sense. Now that resistance has been tested multiple times over the course of the last few weeks, and it's a different story altogether. But the truth is here, this lower level, multiple attempts to break this lower level. We are more likely to go down than we are to go up, especially if the price goes sideways and rejects off the cloud here, and just say Bitcoin opens up and comes down to 64,000 to fill that CME gap. What do you think ICP is going to do? It's going to make a run for the low 15, low 14 range to fill all this liquidation and to destroy a lot of longs. Don't be a statistic, folks. All right, I hope you learned something here today. Thanks so much for watching. That's all we got here for you. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and comment below. Make sure you trade ICP on the world's best exchange. Link down below, $5,500 in benefit rewards. And I can tell you it's a phenomenal, phenomenal situation here. They are awesome. So thanks again, Bitunix. I am also planning to partner with some other exchanges too, just so you know, to give us some more options as a community. Just I like to be vigilant and make sure we always have some fallbacks because, again, US, Canada, a lot of my members are in those countries, and they can have a lot of restrictions, unfortunately, with KYC and VPN requirements. By the way, appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.